So when I first moved to the States, I was absolutely shocked by the resistance of fellow human beings when it comes to music festivals, outdoor festivals, summer festivals, until I realized that I have indeed been privileged to witness only the best music festivals. Nothing wrong with music festivals, obviously, but they are very different compared to what I am used to in Slovenia. So hello, hi, those who don't know, my name is Barbara and I grew up in Slovenia. I moved to the States a few years ago, more than a few years ago, and on this channel I am sharing stories about Slovenia, cultural differences, and life abroad. So if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. So Slovenia does summer music festivals the right way. They keep the environment, locals, and nature in mind. A lot of music festivals happen in particular area called Tolmin in Soča Valley, which just from the one look of it, you can see that it's absolutely breathtaking. And the reason why it was able to remain this breathtaking is because Slovenians keep that place pristine and clean. There will be only 3 music festivals allowed in Tolmin area, and they all have to happen within a month. And the music festival organizers now also have to pay a much higher fee, which is the reason why a lot of music festivals have been cancelled in the last few years, and we'll get to that a bit later. So let's first talk about Tolmin. Tolmin lies in Julian Alps, and it is the largest settlement in Upper Socha Valley. There are 2 rivers nearby, Socha and Tolminka, and I'm gonna talk about some of the most famous festivals that happen in that area. Let's start with the one that I'm pretty sure it is known to people who watch my channel or people who listen to punk rock music. It is Punk Rock Holiday. It is a music festival that happens every year. By the way, the tickets have been sold out months in advance. One of the best things about music festivals in Slovenia is that camping is generally included in the ticket. A lot of the times parking will not be included, and parking might be a little bit further away from the campground, or you can choose a ticket where you can park and camp in one spot. A lot of people just carpool or hike there or take public transit because the area is very small, so there isn't a lot of accommodation outside of the camping, and usually it will be booked immediately, especially during those times. Now they have replaced disposable cups with reusable ones. These cups can be washed and reused up to 100 times, which makes the festival more sustainable and also reduces the amount of plastic that gets thrown away after the festival. Petrol and diesel power generators are usually not allowed at campsites. That will be general rule for, I believe, all of the music festivals that offer camping. That happened because of the several complaints of the landowners and local people because of the loudness of those generators. In the States, I have noticed that a lot of generators have to be turned off between 7 p.m. or 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Usually it's around that time because they do tend to be very loud. I think one of the most interesting thing about summer music festivals in Slovenia is the trash and the trash initiative to pick up trash after yourself, which as an adult you should be able to do. But I guess that is just a concept very foreign to a lot of people. So now let's look into some of the statistics of why is this important. Approximately 60% of festival litter is left behind on the final day of the event. The average festival goer produces over 8 kilograms of waste per day, primarily food packaging and drink containers. Despite the availability of recycling bins, only 20% of festival waste is actually recycled. Coachella, for example, produces an estimate of 107 tons of waste daily. Another problem are camping tents. Camp-A-Tent found that 77% of camping tents used at festivals are abandoned, which generates 900 tons of waste. That's why, for example, Punk Rock Holiday offers an option to rent a tent. At the entrance, you get a pay card. A lot of these music festivals do not operate with cash. They started operating with a pay card. You reload the pay card with certain amount of money and they will deduct 10 euros and give you trash bags at the entrance. If you come back and return those full trash bags full of your trash or even the surrounding trash, you will get 10 euros deposited back on that pay card. and then you can go to the point of cash withdrawal and surrender the card, and they will give you the cash back. I think that is a brilliant and very clever way of getting people to pick up trash after themselves. 10 euros is 10 euros. So it is high enough for it to be just too much to just surrender for not picking up the trash, but it is also low enough that people will not be fussy about it. A similar approach also happens at Tolminator. It's a wordplay of Terminator and Tolmin. It is more of a fan-focused, and it leans towards metal music. That festival also provides running clean water free of charge all over the festival area. And also you are not allowed to bring any full bottles into the area, only empty bottles. So if you have a reusable bottle, you can still bring it as long as there's nothing in it, and then you can just go get water as much as you want. As much water as you want, like endless amount of water. The reason why I bring these two festivals together is because Punk Rock Holiday and Tolminator have created a festival fund initiative. Anything that is left on those cards, sometimes people surrender them with pennies on it, sometimes people surrender with a few euros, like that's up to an individual, you can always get the money back. But if you surrender it with money on it, all of the money gets pulled together and gets donated to local community. Along with those two festivals, there is also another festival called Butik that is in that festival fund. And Butik is more electronic music based. They also changed the plastic cups to reusable ones, and according to them, that reduced waste drastically. They also use biodegradable packaging for serving food. And they also have a trash deposit. Everybody gets 2 trash bags, and upon returning them, they get the money back. And once again, there is drinking water available. Next festival I want to mention is Socha Outdoor Festival. So that's more of a sports festival. There's lots of different classes you can take. The climbing classes, running classes, active classes, running for kids, rafting, kayaking, bike rental. Basically, it's a festival to just be as active as possible nearby Socha for a few days. So this is what Socha Outdoor Festival says. Sustainable is much more than just green. When organizing a sustainable event, we strive to minimize negative impacts and best contribute to the well-being of the community, visitors, and others involved. Our goal is to achieve an optimal balance between environmental, social, and economic responsibility. In cooperation with social enterprise, we designed special shoe bags from old Socha outdoor t-shirts. With such activities, we want to encourage creativity and show our visitors and supporters how used things can get a new useful value. We make sure that the surplus food is distributed among the organizers and donated to the Tolmin retirement home. We promote local accommodations, inform participants about the activities and experiences offered by local providers, and encourage them to visit local restaurants. Wherever possible, local people are involved in the implementation of the event. 90% of partners and subcontractors are local. Local exhibitors can set up stands free of charge. They also purchased and installed 2 bicycle repair stations, so that way when people come to the festival, they can come with their bicycles and, if there's something wrong with them, they can get them fixed there. So these are all important factors when it comes to music festivals, and I understand now that my experience growing up was absolutely taken for granted, because I can compare life now from outside of Slovenia, and I can tell how much of the stuff that us Slovenians we think is a given is actually takes a lot of hard work and a lot of effort and a lot of heart over profit, and sustainability and nature and environment over profit. I do understand that the fees keep getting higher and higher and higher, and these organizers have to pay insane amount of fees. We're talking several thousands of dollars of increase every year, and it's becoming more and more difficult for them to keep these festivals. For example, we used to have metal days, we had Schengen Face, we had Socha Reggae River Splash, Overjam. I have a shirt from Overjam. That being said, the future of music festivals in Tolmin is unknown as of now. Festivals in that area are set to be taking place only until 2027. Even Punk Rock Holiday Road, The future of our paradise beyond 2027 is uncertain, so let's make these last 3 years unforgettable. So this might be a great time to plan to visit this festival next year or in 2027. But as a festival goer, you're still a very big part in maintaining the goal of festival organizers. So no matter if you think that you are just one small piece of a puzzle, you are a piece of a puzzle, and without that piece, the whole puzzle doesn't make sense. You are necessary for the bigger picture to come together. If one day everybody stops making an effort, it will not look as good as it looks right now. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!